Am I audible? Hello? 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 Okay, I hope it's audible. Good morning, all. Again, welcome you all to another webinar of AVP RF. And I'm Dr. Betsy Varghese, Junior Research Officer, AVP Research Foundation. Today, our topic of discussion is about emotions and health, an Ayurvedic perspective. So, I would like to start this session with a question. I hope all you will answer it at the end of the discussion. This is a question asked by my senior once I was when I was studying. One of my senior asked me this question. Suppose somebody is getting angry with you without any particular reason. How will you respond? I hope the question is right and clear. If suppose someone is getting angry with you without any particular reason, how will you respond? So keep this question in your mind. If possible, find the answer and just write it on a paper. So let's move into our discussion topic, emotions and health and Ayurvedic perspective. So what is the definition of health? As you all know, the definition given by the World Health Organization for health is a state of complete well-being, physical, mental, social, and spiritual. I'm going to pick up that word mental well-being from the definition of health. What do you mean by this mental well-being? Mental well-being means mental health itself. So my question is this mental well-being or mental health has that much influence in our life? Definitely it has. Actually, this mental well-being, a good mental health or good mental well-being has an influence over what you think and what you feel and how you behave. Just imagine a situation like if you feel hungry, I am going to give an example which is more practical nowadays. You feel so hungry, you want to eat something, and there is nothing in your hand. So you have to Google and you have to order food from online, like Swiggy or Zomato. So first, you have to think about what you really want to have, right? So the thoughts come to your mind. Then a variety of food items will go through your mind, like puri, bhaji, idli, dosha, and lot of things come to your mind. But towards a particular food item, you have some special feeling. You have an urge to have that food. That's a feel. And then you behave accordingly. You will order that food. So whatever comes to the mind, first you think about it, then you feel it, then you behave accordingly. That's happen every time. So what are the benefits of a good mental well-being? A good mental well-being will make a person to realize his or her abilities, and help them to how to cope up with the stresses of life, and also make them work productively, and also make them to contribute to the society. So I think these are the foundation of something, right? So I think This mental health is the foundation of an individual well-being and also is essential for the effective functioning of a community. So let's come to mental health. In mental health, the first term come to your mind is your emotions. Anytime and every time we are under influence of one or another emotion. I think we can't say a day without an emotion. As a human being, you will definitely will have an emotion. Basically, we have 4 emotions like happiness, fear, sad, and anger. These are the basic 4 emotions. There are other emotions also there like surprise, disgust, envy, and jealous. It's also kind of emotion, but basic 4 emotions are happiness, fear, sad, and angry. And among this, so let's define what is emotion. What is the meaning of emotion? Emotion is a strong feeling towards a specific object, typically characterized by some kind of behavioral pattern change. For example, you are meeting your best friend after a long time. So you are waiting at the airport to see her or him. So when you saw that person, before seeing that person, you have a strong desire to see that person, right? And when the first moment when you see her, there is kind of behavioral change will happen, right? Like that can be sometimes people will cry, sometimes the people will laugh, some like they will go and hug. These are the part of emotion. Actually, this is emotion. That is a strong desire towards a specific object, typically characterized by change in the pattern. And among these 4 basic emotions, happiness is a basic line of emotion of all living beings. And fear and sad is considered as the basic primitive emotion. Like it's a basis of the defensive mechanism. Once we were lived in a dense forest, and then we transferred from there to villages to cities, and so fear and anger are the primitive emotions that the basis of the defensive mechanism. And it's fear. It helps you to fly from a situation, and anger that helps you to fight in a situation. And that flight and fight mechanism depends upon the emotion you have. And next one is a sadness. Sadness can be happen due to the loss of a most lovable something, or a loss of a favorite thing, or due to some mistake you have done in your life, and that gives you a regret, and you decided to not to repeat it again in the future. So these are the 4 emotions happening in a human life. And among these 4 emotions, happiness is considered as the pleasant emotion or positive emotion. And the remaining ones are the negative emotion. So my question is this negative emotions are necessary for a human being? My question is that, like, is it the negative emotions are necessary for a human being? Yes, but to a certain limit. For example, you're about to appear an exam. The fear about that exam will make you work hard, and that will lead a good result, and that will give you a good future, and that give you a happiness. So we can say that the negative emotion can help a person to a certain limit for the survival and also evolving happiness. That is the thing. And moving to the next slide, now come to Ayurveda and the concept of Ayurveda. And Ayurveda is the science that really explains about the deep connection between the manas and body, shariram and manas. That means that body and mind are interconnected. There is a beautiful metaphor given by the Acharyas that it explains how the body and mind are connected. If you take a heated pan and if you put a solidified ghee into it, it gets melts. The same time, if you take a vessel and just pour a heated ghee into it, then the vessel also gets heated. So that is the connection between the body and the mind. So an example I can give from our life is that tomorrow is Monday, right? This is the first day of a working day. We are rushing to our office. On the way you're going to open your door, suppose your leg or some part of body get kicked over the table, chair or something. Actually, that force happened on your body that really got a hurt on your body, and you feel so sad, right? Whatever happens on the body has a reflection over the mind, on the mind, and whatever happens on the mind also have a reflection in the body, like pain, stiffness, kind of breathing difficulty, and the urge to pass motion and kind of headaches also can be happen. So always the body and mind are integrated. It is said by Ayurveda. And there's a textbook called Ashtanga Hridaya, is a classical textbook in Ayurveda. The very first sloga in the textbook tells like this: Ragadi Rogan Sadanu Shaktan Asheshakaya Kusudan Asheshan Autsukya Moha Ardidan Jaghana Yo Apura Vaidhyaya Namostu Tasmi. The par excellence in Ayurveda or Apurva Vaidya in Ayurveda is not a Vaidya who simply treat a disease in the body. It is the Vaidya who has the ability to understand the emotional fluctuations happening in the body and just arresting the transferring of these emotions in the body to make a disease. That type of Vaidya is considered as the Apurva Vaidya. And let's come to the Ayurvedic perspective of emotions. You know that there are a lot of principles in Ayurveda, like Panchaputta theory and Tridosha theory. A lot of theories are there in Ayurveda. And in Ayurveda, there are three Sharirika doshas are there: Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. And Sattva is the term that's used as a synonym to manas or mind. And there are three terms used as attributes of mind, that are Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. And Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas has the ability to aggravate the or vitiate the doshas. So that means Sharirika dosha, that Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. The Sattva guna that has the ability to make the equilibrium of Vata, Pitta, Kapha. So the Vata, Pitta, Kapha equilibrium means the health itself. And if the Rajas is increased, then Vata, Pitta also get increased. And they will produce some kind of symptoms or some kind of manifestations in the body due to the vitiation of Vata and Pitta. When Tamas is increased, it vitiates Kapha and Pitta and causes the manifestation in the body, which is similar to the vitiation of Kalpa and Pitta. And let's see how the mechanism of emotions happening. So suppose you are seeing an object or hearing something or just remembering something from your memory, like past history. You're remembering something. So just think that if you're doing that time, if you're seeing something, that object comes in contact with your sensory organs. The same time, it connects with the buddhi and the soul, atma, and they send some signals. And these signals are received by the manas. Manas will respond to that signals based on the Mahaguna. That means Sattva, Raja, Tama Guna in the mind, according to the predominance of Mahagunas in the mind. And that and it is expressed as emotions. So we can say that the response of manas to the external or internal stimuli based on the predominance of Mahaguna in the Manas is called emotion. As I said, there are positive emotions and negative emotions. When the positive emotion occurs, when there is a predominance of Sattva Guna, it enhances the positive emotions that can lead to happiness, contentment, ecstasy, empathy, interest, joy, love, trust, calmness, and clarity. And what about the negative emotions? Negative emotions can happen in two ways, like Rajas and Tamas. And when Rajas is increased in the state, in the predominant, if there is a predominance of the Rajas, Vada and Pitta will increase, and if there is a increase in Tamas, Kapha and Pitta will get vitiated. So when Rajas is more, we'll have this kind of emotions like anger, annoyance, contempt, disgust, envy, outrage, frustration, hostility, rage, hatredness, resentment, irritation, and grief. When Tamas is more, we feel more fear, sadness, anticipation, apathy, boredom, horror, despair, disappointment, grief, stupor, surprise, loneliness, anxiety, panic, shock, shyness, wonder, humiliation, pity, shame, sorrow, sufferings, confusion, depression, and nervousness. So this kind of things will happen. Each emotion is on the basis of the predominant of attribute of mind in that at that point of time. And as I said, there are other emotions also there. So how it happened? That is the permutation and combination of the sattva, raja, tamas with each other. When sattva and rajas comes together, they will get arousal, admiration, confidence, enthusiasm, courage, euphoria, gratitude, passion, pleasure, pride, self-confidence, excitement. And rajas and tamas, like when comes together, it will lead to lust, embarrassment, jealousy, and offense. And when sattva and tamas come together, it will cause desire, curiosity, affection, hope, guilt, craving, and regret. I think all of these emotions are essential, but to a certain limit. If we come out of the limit, it will cause some negative effects. And next thing is that somatization of emotions. That means we are transferring the emotions into body. So my question is, why the somatization of emotions are needed? What is its purpose? It makes the person respond to the situation quickly. And it also helps the patient to cope up with stress easily. Suppose you're getting angry. You're getting very angry, and you can't show that anger. So sometimes we'll punch on the table or on the wall or something like that. So by that we are responding quickly. We are converting our mental stress into the physical one. And by each emotions, we get some experience, right? And we'll keep this experience, convert this experience into memory. And when the same situation once again come into a life, you recollect this memory in the future. And the mental stress transfer to body helps to reduce stress temporarily. Please underline the word temporarily. So whenever the mental stress transfer to a body, it gives some relief on it. And you will hurt yourself. I have seen many cases like this, like they will suppress their anger by hurting themselves. Some people will bite the nails. Some people will hurt themselves by pricking needles and all. So it gives them a slight relief from their stress. And suppression of emotions for social acceptance. What exactly happening these days? Actually, these days we are not suppressing our real emotions. Actually, we are not expressing our actual emotion. We are suppressing our emotions, or we are expressing only the emotion which is socially acceptable. And there are some instructions given by the parents to the children that don't laugh in a public, and a boy should not cry, a girl should not be angry, a boy should not be cry, but he can be angry. That is the way they are giving the lesson to the child. A girl should not be angry, but she can cry. So that kind of misconcept they are giving to the child so that they will suppress their real emotion. Suppose a boy, he feels so sad and he's suppressing his emotion, and at the childhood he will be normal. And when he is getting into the adolescent age, he become disobedient. And when he become young stage, he become more anger. For a girl who suppress her anger, he becomes sad, then she will move into kind of depression. So it means that suppression of emotion for a long time can lead to psychic illness. And this psychic illness converts into somatic illness. This emotions or stress has to be pacified. So they always find a way to express it. So if you are not considering your emotions, they will transfer it to the body, and it will manifest in the body of some kind of stiffness, pain, and all. Then will you notice? Then will go to pacify that problem. And let's see how the body or mind functions, or mechanism of the somatization of the emotions. Suppose you have a strong sattva, you have strong sattva, then even if there's a visheshan of rajas and tamas occurs, your sattva has the ability to nullify the effect of these negative emotions. For example, if you have a good sattva, somebody is humiliating you like anything. But if you have strong sattva, you will have the ability to forgive them. But if the rajas is more high, more predominance, then you will become angry with that person. If your tamas is more, so um, you become more depressed. That's why all stresses are not converted into diseases. And all persons have their own stresses, but everyone is everything, all stresses are not converted into any kind of diseases. This is because of the sattva of that person, so that it will not get into the body. And imagine that if suppose if you have a weak sattva, then again there is a protective barrier in the body to arrest that transferring of emotional disturbances into body. That is ojas. So even if there's a weak sattva, ojas, which is the essence of the seven dhadus, which is function as a protective barrier, will nullify the effect of the negative emotions, and thus by preventing the conversion of the psychic illness into somatic illness. And what is a condition when a person has a weak sattva and weak ojas? Then all this will get transferred into your body, and that will vitiate dosha, and that will vitiate dhadus, and that will cause diseases. And next is how can we manage this? How can we manage our emotions? How can we manage if there's a kind of vitiation of doshas in your body? First one is your food itself. What you eat, that is what you become. So if you want to get more ojas and more sattva guna, you have to take more sattviga ahara foods like milk, vegetables, fruits. These things you have to adopt in your lifestyle, in your food. That's why Acharya told food as the Mahabhashitam. The best medicine is food itself. If you opt sattviga ahara in your diet, you will get more sattva and more ojas. And second one is exercises. Exercise is a must thing you have to do these days. Exercise, I mean, not in a gym or not in a treadmill. Go for a morning walk or evening walk into the nature. Just mark my words, into the nature. Because there are a lot of things in the nature that really can help you to nullify the negative emotions and also enhance the positive emotions. When you in the early morning, if you are going for a morning walk, you can see the sky. It's blue in color, and you can see the rising sun. It's kind of orange red in color, and the plants will be there, the green in color. So these colors, the people you saw, the creatures you saw, everything has a good role in nullifying your negative emotions, and you will get good oxygen, and everything will happen to that simple walk. And go for a morning walk. And daily routine should be there, like the proper lifestyle regimen should be there. That will also help to control your emotions and how to have a good or pleasant emotion. Next one is yoga. Yoga doesn't mean that simply moving hands and legs here and there. No. Yoga means the way you are doing a posture. Actually, each yoga posture is specifically indicated to some area of your body. While doing that yoga, you have to focus on that particular part and try to understand what is the problem, what is the sensation you are feeling there, how you feel there, is there a stiffness, any kind of difficulty you are feeling on that area. That is yoga. So before doing the yoga, we will do loosening exercise, like flexing your small joints, big joints, and all, and rotation of neck. Everything will happen. And each time we are doing this, just try to understand what if while you are flexing your small joints in your hand. Just try to understand: is it more stiff? Is it normal? Is it paining? Just focus on that. Then you will understand that what is is there any kind of abnormality in your joints or something. And next one is the pranayama. Pranayama, that means the breathing exercise, that can be called to a breathing exercise. So what is the importance of pranayama? uh, did you ever observe the flow of breathing? When you're angry, you breathe fast. Yeah, right. When you're sad, you feel kind of heaviness over chest, and your breathing will be shallow. And if you got afraid, you were you felt like you feel like your breath it got stuck for a moment. So your breathing air, the vayu, has an important role in controlling your emotions. So during pranayama, actually you are controlling the vayu sanchara in your the movement of vayu in your body. By that you are controlling your emotions. So your breathing air has an influence over your emotions. So that by controlling your breathing flow, you can control the emotions in the body. And next one is the meditation. You have to take meditation every day, at least 5 to 10 minutes minimum. It will be very difficult for the beginners to meditate for at least 5 minutes. There will be a lot of distractions. Your phone will ring, your children will cry, there will a lot of calls will be there, and you feel some kind of itchy sensation, even nothing is there. So meditation means giving you the internal consciousness. It make you aware about your inner core actually. So you have to meditate in a peace and calm situation without any distraction. You can select an open space. You can select your own room, it should be an airy place. And sit in a comfortable position. Don't lie down, because if you lie down, you will definitely sleep. So sit in a comfort posture with a back support, and sit in a comfortable position, and take 3 deep breaths. Inhale thrice and hold it and release it. Take a deep breath, hold it and release it. Do it for 3 times. Then always close your eyes, or if not good to say that, sit in a comfortable position and close your eyes. You are restricted from the whatever happening in the outer world. Okay. Then focusing on the inhalation, focus on how you hold that breath and release it. And just focus on the sound you are hearing outside, whatever, the maybe the horning of the vehicles or birds sound, whatever it is, just try to focus on that sound. Try to understand what sound it is. Then try to feel that temperature around you. If you are sitting in a room, just try to understand, feel that wind or air moving through, touching your exposed area. Just feel it. Then just focus on each and every part of your body, starting from your foot, knees, thighs, abdomen, lower back, upper back, chest, abdomen, hands, head, and focus on each part and try to understand what difficulty or what kind of sensation or what are feeling when you focus on that thing. Then consider the whole body as a single one and just go through it. And just go through the inner self, right? That is your mind. Just focus on it. Then try to understand what is your feeling, what you feel now, and how you feel, and what kind of emotions you have. Sometimes you may cry, sometimes you may laugh, sometimes you feel nothing. It will happen, but you have to do it continuously. Just focus on it and try to understand the mind, how it is, what is the status, is it healthy or not healthy. Just try to understand. If you feel like something is not good in your mind, just ask yourself, what is the problem? What happened? And just try to find out the uh, reason for that. So that is exactly happen in the meditation. Meditation is not simply sitting with eyes closed. It's actually analyzing our inner core to get a better quality of life and also get evolved happiness. And sometimes people really need some type of consultation. So you can go for a consultation also, and you can share your problems, like what all problems, what all difficulties you are facing, and everything can be said. So conclusion from this, we can conclude that emotions are the response of the mind to an external or internal stimuli, which has to be expressed, not suppressed, but should be expressed in a convenient manner. And the suppression of the emotions for a long time can lead to chronic illness. For example, a long-term breathing difficulty, long time of allergic conditions, and a long time of gastric problem like IBS, and consistent migraine or headache without any reason, and stiffness of the body, pain is also can be the um, body manifestation. And by adopting proper diet and exercises, proper lifestyle regimen, and practicing yoga and meditation, we can develop our sattva and ojas, and thus we can address the somatization of emotions, which will lead to the diseases in the future. So we can say that your emotions are valid. You have to consider your emotion because your mind want to tell you something. Something is wrong. That's what exactly your mind want to tell you. Just give ear to your, just listen to what your mind want to tell you. So, sarve bhavantu sukinaha, sarve santu niramayah. May everyone be happy. May everyone be free from illness. Thank you.